For today's qualifying session at the famous Hockenheim ring. The pit lane lights will turn green in the next minute or two to signify the start of qualifying.
Hey guys, welcome back to some more F1 2019 and part 12 of our career mode. Today we begin the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim. It was an amazing race in real life. Hopefully we can have something similar here to make up for the disappointment that we had at Silverstone. Thank you for all the support on the series so far. Keep it coming and I will keep on producing these videos every 3 days while I'm on holiday in Italy, but it might be more regular once I get back on the 17th of August. But anyway, today it's all about qualifying. Well, we managed to go 10th in the end in this qualifying session, but we have been struggling with our pace in Q1 so far, so it's not a dead cert that we'll get through, but hopefully that will just about be enough. Well, in the end we squeak through in 14th place. Nico Hülkenberg in 3rd. He has completely got our number this weekend. We are really struggling for pace around here. Hopefully something can change around in Q2, but yeah, going out in Q1 is Stroll, Grosjean, Magnussen, Russell and Alexander Albon. Well, here we are coming up to the line, and what's it going to be? A 1:14.2, which takes us just quicker than Hülkenberg, which for the large part of this weekend he's been quicker than us, so that's a nice change. But let's see what the result is at the end of Q2. Well, we are just squeezed out at the end there by Devon Butler, who set the same time as us actually, which doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm pretty sure we set the lap first, but we go out in Q2 for the first time in our Haas career. Nico Hülkenberg managing to improve again and now qualify us by 6/10, and he's through to Q3. So it's now time to hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson for this German Grand Prix, and boy, are we in a little bit of trouble.
Good afternoon and welcome to a place that is very special to us all in the Formula One community. It's the Hockenheim ring, home of the German Grand Prix. Always good for a close scrap is Hockenheim. Think back to Alonso, Ricciardo, Vettel as recently as 2014, and I'm expecting some more strong racing today. With average lap speeds of around 130 miles per hour, the Hockenheim ring is a quick circuit with a lap distance of 2.8 miles, around 17 corners. The main DRS zone through Parabolica leads into the hairpin for the best overtaking opportunity on the track. Joining me for the Grand Prix once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's discuss Haas. They've had just one retirement in the last 5 races. What do you think that says about the reliability of their car?
It's a good statistic for sure, as it demonstrates not only mechanical reliability, but consistency from both drivers as well. These are two of the first boxes you have to tick for any successful season.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Pierre Gasly and Norris, Hülkenberg, Weber, Butler and the captain, Sainz, Ricciardo, Kimi Räikkönen and Hamilton. They've taken a grid penalty. Perez, Albon, Kevin Magnussen and Roman Grosjean, Stroll and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
So here we are down on the track then, ready to get into the race. We're on brand new soft tyres at the start of this Grand Prix. Looking forward to
Issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
getting into this race. Obviously Hamilton's penalty has brought him down below us. Hülkenberg qualified 8th, it would seem. with Weber in 9th and Butler in 10th. But the GP2 guys, or F2 guys, the F2 rivals, we seem to be very close to each other, and I don't know whether that's engineered by the game. Obviously Albon tends to finish near the back, Raikkonen tends to finish near the back as well, so I don't know whether them two are given a boost so that they're up near you in the order. Or could just be a coincidence. You know, Butler wasn't doing too well at the start of the season. Maybe he's found some form now. And yeah, I mean, this is a big race for us, really. We had a great start at Haas at Austria, and then obviously we had the last race at Silverstone and really struggled for pace. On race day we qualified 7th, started 5th. Actually we qualified 6th and started 5th, I think. Obviously that turn 1 incident cost us dearly, but we're lining up now. We're getting ready for this Grand Prix. Hoping to at least, you know, score some points today. Hopefully get up near Hulkenberg, but Charles Leclerc on pole with Verstappen and Bottas and Vettel chasing him. Gasly 5th, of course.
Be patient and watch for the lights.
And Norris all the way up in 6th for McLaren. And here we are getting ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go. Here in Hockenheim, it's not the best of starts. Sainz manages to jump us at the start, but we managed to go down the inside through the middle of him and Ricciardo. Ricciardo's gone into the wall. I don't know whether that's because of us and whether he's going to manage to continue in this race. We managed to go around the outside of Devon Butler into 9th place, so it's not the worst start for us actually in the end. We have pulled off a couple of decent overtakes. Here comes Butler. He's sort of hitting the back of us there. That wasn't really on. We go down the inside, a bit of a dive bomb there in response to what Butler did there. I think Butler has some damage. He's dropped to the back of the field now, so we've maybe ruined 2 drivers' race, but my argument is they're too aggressive. But the bottom line is we're in 9th at the moment, McLaren sandwich, so can't all be bad.
Caution. The
safety car deployed. Safety car has been deployed.
Slow down. Maintain positive delta. Okay.
So safety car is in. A couple of the guys have come in at the pits, the leaders. Vettel, I think Gasly came in as well. I think somebody else must have. So we're up to 6th as it stands. We're ready to go racing again. We're just staying on our current race strategy,
Green flag.
which is fine. The green flag is waving, and we're on our way once again in this German Grand Prix. We've got Hamilton behind as well.
You'll be on the mediums.
I wondered whether he might be one of the ones to pit, but he hasn't, and he's already passed Carlos Sainz behind, so Hamilton off to a good start in this restart of the Grand Prix. Well, look at this, he goes straight past. That is the pace of that Mercedes. He is just a beast. So presumably he's going to manage to get past Norris as well with just as much ease, and then Hulkenberg, our teammate, is obviously up ahead of him. But we're 7th at the moment, and we'd certainly take that at the end of the day. Well, we're in for our pit stop. Hamilton's in as well, so
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Release.
well, we're being held up. That's an annoying amount of time that we've been held in the pits. Probably,
Look after these
you know,
tires
stops
now.
us getting the undercut, sorry. on the likes of Hülkenberg, our teammate, and Norris ahead. I mean, we have come out ahead of Norris, but, you know, probably will come out behind Sainz. When it comes to the pit stop, here comes Lando Norris right in our slipstream now. Having a look, and he's through. And that's just too easy. Not much you can do about that. And we will stay on the back of him, but whether we're able to do anything, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, we're coming up on Norris now. On a big lunge down the inside. And while we force our way through. So back up into 10th position now. We're behind Ricciardo somehow. No idea how that's happened, or unless he hasn't pitted yet, of course. Or unless he was one of the ones to pit under safety car.
Gap to car in front is 3.7 seconds.
Well guys, you join me on the final lap of this Grand Prix. And well, it's been a very boring one once again. Sorry that there's not been a lot of action, but not a lot I can really do. I can't manufacture action.
We'll be back on target soon. Don't worry.
You know, we've battled hard. You know, from 10th here, we just haven't really had the pace this weekend to compete with our teammate Nico Hülkenberg. We were held up in the pits a little bit, which has probably cost us a couple of seconds, but nothing much more. But you know, I'm happy that we're going to come out of this with a point. Max Verstappen has won the German Grand Prix in game, as he did in real life. But yeah, we'll
10.7 seconds.
We'll finish in 10th place, well behind Ricciardo in 9th. It's a good result for him, and I think Nico Hülkenberg has finished 5th, so that's a massive result for the team, a big result for Nico on his home track. And here we come, round in 10th place after the disaster of Silverstone. We've got something out of the German Grand Prix.
But I'm sure you gave it your best. Better luck next time.
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Sebastian Vettel now leads the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
Let's move on to the Constructors. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, Max Verstappen wins the German Grand Prix, but look at Lewis Hamilton. He finishes 4th with the fastest lap, only 2.2 seconds behind Verstappen, having started 14th. That is crazy. Hülkenberg finishes 6th in the end. We finished 10th. Leclerc will be disappointed to finish in 8th, although he did have an issue with his car. That is where we're going to leave it for today. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. It really does help me out. It means a lot to me as well. Subscribe to the channel for regular F1 2019 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.